and created my own platform, FreeeUp, where we get thousands of applicants every week. We vet them, top 1% get on our platform. These are people from 5 to 100 plus per hour, US, non-US, over 100 skill sets. People put in a request and we fill them so you don't have to browse. Great 24/7 support on the back end in case people have even the smallest issue, and a no turnover guarantee. If someone quits for any reason, we cover replacement costs and get someone a new person right away.
Welcome to the Wealth Through Real Estate Investing podcast, your source for real-world strategies focused on creating long-term wealth, cash flow, and financial freedom through real estate. Through guidance, tips, and stories of highly successful real estate investors and thought leaders, we provide you the tools to succeed and reach the lifestyle you always wanted. And now your host, Dwaine Clarke.
Hello and welcome to the Wealth Through Real Estate Investing podcast. This is your host, Dwaine Clarke. And today we have Nathan Hirsch. He's the founder and CEO of FreeeUp. FreeeUp is a marketplace that gives business owners fast access to hand-picked network of top freelancers in e-commerce, digital marketing, web development, and administrative services. Nathan, thank you for joining us on the show. And how are you?
Thanks for having me. I'm great. I was telling you before, I'm in Orlando, Florida. We're bunkering down for the hurricane right now. This isn't my normal setup, but I'm glad that it's working out so far.
Yeah, I really appreciate you taking the time. I know, you're out there kind of eyes open, seeing what's going on. So you just taking just a short period of time to kind of talk to us and kind of talk about your business is really appreciative.
Definitely. I mean, I love talking about hiring and scaling and everything that goes along with being an entrepreneur.
Awesome. Yeah, just for people who are not familiar with your background, I know you're pretty active on the social scene as far as like social networking and podcasting and stuff. But for those who are not familiar with you, would you mind kind of sharing with us your background and kind of how you started your company?
Yeah, so I'm a longtime entrepreneur. I started back in 2008 out of my college dorm room. I was selling books. I took this summer money. I'd always had a summer job, so I took that money and bought people's books. And I sold them at the end of the semester, bought them at the end of the semester, sold them at the beginning of the next semester, created a little referral program. And before I knew it, I had lines out the door of people trying to sell me their books, to the point where I actually got a cease and desist letter from my college telling me to knock it off because I was taking too much of their business. So that was my first glimpse into being an entrepreneur. And this was back in 2008, 2009. No one knew what Amazon was. It was kind of like this big bookstore. And I got in at a great time. I had started with books. I quickly got away from books because I didn't want to get kicked out of college. And I started experimenting. And I finally came across the baby product industry. And if you can imagine me as a single 20-year-old college guy selling millions of dollars of baby products on Amazon, that was me. And I was young. I had no idea what I was doing. I tried hiring people in person. It didn't work out very well for me. And I eventually gave up and I went to the remote hiring world, the Upworks, the Fivers. And I found some good people, some people that are still with me today. But I always wanted something faster. I just wanted something where I could say, hey, I need a customer service rep. I need a graphic designer. And someone who was already pre-vetted was handed to me and I could just get started right away. I didn't want to wait 2 weeks to go through 100 applicants to find someone that could do this project for me. So I kept looking and looking. And finally I said, you know what? I'm going to build my own platform, FreeeUp. And that I really took everything that I didn't like about the other platforms and took everything that I did like and created my own platform, FreeeUp, where we get thousands of applicants every week. We vet them, top 1% get on our platform. These are people from 5 to 100 plus per hour, US, non-US, over 100 skill sets. People put in a request and we fill them so you don't have to browse. Great 24/7 support on the back end in case people have even the smallest issue, and a no turnover guarantee. If someone quits for any reason, we cover replacement costs and get someone a new person right away. So that's really what we're about, and how I kind of went from a broke college kid to selling books, to selling baby products, to starting my own platform.
Wow, that's a very cool story. And me and you have a lot of synergies because I call myself the business guy that has 100 business cards. I started so many different types of businesses and not a lot of them obviously worked out, doing this, but so that's a pretty cool story. So just kind of kicking off talking about the marketplace. So how large is it? When did you kind of officially start it?
So this is almost the end of year 4. Right now we've got about 3,000 freelancers on the platform. We bill about 18,000 hours a week. That's not even including fixed price projects. I started with this with $5,000. I built a minimum viable software. Freelancers could clock in, clock out. Clients could see the freelancers on their side, and that was it. It didn't have any other features. And we scaled it from $1 million to $5 million to $9 million last year in top line revenue. And I'm pretty excited to see how far we can push this thing. We work with e-commerce sellers, marketing agencies, real estate agents, different online businesses. And it's just a lot of fun helping clients scale and pursue their dreams, but also helping freelancers and virtual assistants. And we paid out over $6 million to freelancers last year, and people show me their houses, their cars, stuff they were able to do to provide for their family with that money. So it's a lot more rewarding than selling products on Amazon.
Wow, that's pretty cool. Because I use a lot of freelancers for my business. I'm in the real estate brokerage business. It's like the lifeblood. So I have 2 full-time. I have a writer, and I have a digital guy. So how does your marketplace kind of what's the whole process? Because I've been to different types of service. I was way in the back. I don't know if you remember rentacoder.com. I was on that, and then they transitioned 2 times. But what kind of makes you a little bit different? What's kind of the difference, and how the whole process starts?
Yeah, so it's free to sign up. There's no minimums. There's no maximums. You can stop using us at any time. It's in our best interest to get you people you actually like that help you grow your business. So all you do is create a free account right on the website. Go to freeup.com with 3 E's. It takes a minute for you to create an account. And then whenever you want someone, you just click request a freelancer. And it asks some questions so we know exactly what you're looking for. You fill it out to the best of your ability, US, non-US, how many hours a week, short-term, long-term, what skills or what the project is. And within a business day, we normally send you 1 person by default. Most people come to us because they don't want to go through 20 people. But if you say send me 3, send me 5, whatever that number is, we're more than happy to do it. You can meet with them. You can interview them. You can communicate with them however you want. You don't have to do it through our platform. And if you like them, you can hire them. You can negotiate rate. You can agree to fixed price. The freelancers set their own rates. Or you can click pass and provide us feedback, and we'll get you someone else based on that feedback. So it's a pretty quick and efficient process. And afterwards, our billing periods are Wednesday to Tuesday. We charge you on Thursday. You have a week to dispute anything before we pay the freelancer the next Thursday. You can pause and unpause people. You can set weekly limits. You're really in full control. So we're always looking for feedback. We got to this point by really listening to our clients and also the freelancers as well. And we try to make this a marketplace that's good for everyone.
As far as kind of the screening, you said that you kind of interview everybody. Are you guys also kind of training them on based off specific skills, and how do you know it's a good fit and everything?
So we are not doing any training. These are freelancers. They don't work for us. They're offering their services on our platform. Okay. We are spending a lot of time vetting them, and we're not a marketplace for newbies. And we vet them for skill, attitude, and communication. So for skill, we don't need everyone to be a 10 out of 10. You can be a 5 out of 10. You can be a 3 out of 10. What we do care about is that you're priced accordingly and that you're honest about what you can and cannot do. So we have skill tests that we put people through. If they're a graphic designer, we look at their portfolio. If they're a developer, we have dev tests. So skill is one part of it. Attitude, we do one-on-one interviews. We want people who are passionate about what they do. They're not just in it for the paycheck. If we hire a bookkeeper or we let a bookkeeper onto our platform, we want them to love bookkeeping as much as I love being an entrepreneur. Those are the type of people we look for. People who don't get aggressive the second that something doesn't go their way. We both know that not every client is rainbows and butterflies, right? You have to be able to deal with those type of people and be the bigger man, the bigger woman, the professional. And then also just the ability to take feedback. You're going to work with lots of different clients. Clients are going to have feedback. Do you take it personally or do you handle it professionally? So you got the skill, you got the attitude, and then lastly is communication. And communication is really everything, because if, let's say I hire you as a freelancer and your attitude's great and your skill set's perfect, but you and I can't communicate, nothing else really matters. That's not going to go very well. So communication's everything. We have 15 pages of communication best practices. We're very quick to kick people off our platform if they're not communicating with their clients or with my internal team. And that's really what we look for, is that perfect trifecta of skill, attitude, and communication.
How does are you paid on matching people, then billing, or taking portion of the billing from the freelancer or from the business owner? How does that structure work?
So we take 15% with a $2 minimum per hour and 15% on fixed prices. It's already factored in. If you hire Bob for $10 an hour, you're paying $10 an hour and nothing else. So it's free to sign up. It's free to meet people. It's free to interview people. We only make money on the billing.
Oh, okay. So not on the matchmaking, because I know you guys doing some work on the back end to find like the talent and stuff. So because compared to other platforms, there's like so many different people that you have to be kind of fishing through, but you guys put the perfect match, based off of the client's needs.
Yeah, I mean, we have a pretty efficient process. We have an internal project board that only freelancers in our network get access to. They can apply to tickets. My team's there to make sure people are actually a good fit. And we also listen to client feedback. I mean, sometimes people put in a request and then we introduce someone and they say, oh, actually, I didn't think of this. I actually need this. So it's really a process that depends on the client, but is also on our side. And part of it also self-regulates itself too, because freelancers know that if they take on projects they can't do at a high level, they're going to get kicked off our platform really quick. We're not a place to experiment on our clients. So if freelancers spend all that time getting through our vetting process, which is not a short process, and they get on, they're very careful to only take on projects they can do at a high level.
What about once you guys engage into a contract, the business owner and the freelancer, and then you're doing the job, is there any kind of tracking in your software, or is that something that we have to do offline?
Yeah, so there's definitely tracking in our software. And if you want to use your own external software, you're welcome to do it. That's between you and the freelancer. The hours do need to get entered to our software for billing purposes, but there's no screen capture. That's one thing we don't add, or we don't have. Maybe one day we'll add it. It's kind of a bigger project. I mean, I have 45 VAs. I don't use screen capture software. I don't have time to go through and view everyone's screens. But if that's something that's important to you, you can use a Time Doctor or Hub Staff and have them just add their hours manually to FreeeUp. So they clock in, they clock out, they leave notes every time they work. I mentioned before, you can pause and unpause people and add weekly limits. So you do really have a lot of control. It's just you don't have that screen capture ability.
Do you guys also serve as the middleman in case there's any disputes with the freelancer and the business owner?
Definitely. I mean, we always encourage you to talk to the freelancer first. I mean, the freelancers we let on our platform, we vetted them for attitude, right? So these people care about customer service. They want to make sure you're happy. And also there's a certain element of personal preference too. You could hire a designer and 9 of their other clients love their work, and for whatever reason, you don't like it. So we always encourage you to reach out to the freelancer first, give them an opportunity to resolve it. 99% of the time they do. And if you can't, reach out to us. And I mean, we're all on the same side here. We want to come up with a resolution that's good for you, good for the freelancer, so that everyone's on the same page and move forward. And we're very quick to resolve any issues that come up.
You guys mentioned that you guys do a lot with, Amazon sellers, and you had mentioned real estate. Does it also include like personal assistants, social media managers? Does it, like, how deep of categories do you guys cover? Because I want to make sure that people who's listening on, they say, okay, this is a good fit for us.
Yeah, we have over 100 skill sets on the platform. I like to divide it into 3 levels. So you got the followers, you got the doers, and you got the experts. So the followers, think of virtual assistants, think of lead generation, think of sourcing, maybe data entry, bookkeeping. These freelancers, these virtual assistants have years of experience because we're not a marketplace for newbies, but they're there to follow your systems, your processes. If you don't have those in place, you're going to really struggle hiring these followers. You can't just hire someone for Facebook ads when you don't know Facebook ads for $5 an hour and say, hey, go run my Facebook ads. You're not going to have a good experience. You need directions and systems. Then you got the doers, the specialists, the people who do the same thing 8 to 10 hours every day, the graphic designers, the bookkeepers, the content writers. You're not teaching a graphic designer how to be a graphic designer, but they're not consulting with you either. They're doers. They're there to execute those tasks at a high level. And then you got the experts, the high-level consultants, freelancers, agencies in our platform. They're bringing their own system, their own strategy to the table. It could be marketing. It could be Amazon. It could be certain social media channels. You're not hiring them to do it your way. You're hiring it to do it their way. They might have a team. They might have their own expertise. They can consult. They can project manage. So it really depends. Are you looking to get hours in your day back and hire that virtual assistant? Are you looking to get projects done at a high level to hire those doers, the freelancers? Or you're looking for the experts, the agencies to come in with the strategy side of it.
Very cool. As far as kind of like the percentage of the marketplace that are more foreign and US based, is there a good chunk of US based? Because I know I kind of have a mix depending on the type of task that I'm looking to do.
Yeah, so right now the platform's about 40% US, 40% Philippines, 20% scattered. That's not necessarily by design. I mean, we get 2,000 applicants a week. We let in the best of the best regardless of location, and that's subject to change. But we definitely have a wide amount of freelancers and virtual assistants and agencies from all over, depending on what you're looking for.
Very cool. And as far as kind of like as far as like fluency in English and everything like that, is that also part of your interview process?
Yeah, I mean, if they don't speak English at a high level, they don't get a foot into our interview process. I mean, that goes along with communication. So you shouldn't have those issues on our platform. Now, obviously, if you're hiring a customer service rep compared to a developer, the customer service rep has to have higher English skills than the developer, but you should still be able to communicate with the developer at a high level.
Yeah, I really like kind of your approach there, just really like screening, because that's kind of like my biggest hurdle. I've been on many different types of outsourcing platforms and just kind of finding like what's the best fit instead of me taking all that time to go through applications and interview, and you guys kind of cut that process out, which is pretty big for a lot of people.
Yeah, like I said, I really tried to build the platform that I was looking for back in the day. I care about all the same things you asked me about. I need people that speak my language. I only speak English. If they don't speak English at a high level, that doesn't do me much good. And obviously certain tasks I needed the followers, certain tasks I needed the doers, certain things even today I'll hire the experts for, because the average entrepreneur only has 1 to 3 core competencies. You can't become an expert at everything. So I really tried to design everything from the billing to the communication to the vetting on what I wanted on a marketplace back in the day.
I like that a lot. Just kind of kicking back a little, learn more about you personally. I know that you're a rabid entrepreneur like myself. What's kind of like a typical day for you? Like, how do you kind of structure your day?
I love mornings. I mean, morning from 6:30 to 10 a.m. is my time before I start getting bothered with phone calls and Skype messages and all the stuff there. So I like to wake up early to clear everything out. Usually my assistants have everything under control by the time I wake up, but they've left a few emails for me or whatever it is. Work on some projects, meet with my different teams. Usually on different days, I have a different focus. So I might meet with the billing team or the customer service team, whatever it is. Talk to my partner. We're both remote. He's in Denver. I'm in Orlando. So typical phone call to get on the same page. And then I've got podcasts with people like you. I've got phone calls with clients. I try to network with two new entrepreneurs every day. And so I usually have a few networking calls in my calendar that I'm doing. I've got my own podcast that I'm filming and various other projects like that. And then by 4:30, I'm usually ready, done for the day. And I work out. That's my time to turn off my phone, shut my laptop, go to the gym, go high intensity for an hour, take out any stress I had for the day. And by the time I come home, my fiance's home, and usually we can hang out and enjoy the rest of the day. I got 2 dogs that are asleep right next to me, so I spend a lot of time hanging out with them. They live the good life because I work from home every day. And that's a typical day during the week.
Wow, I like that a lot. It's we kind of operate in the same ways. My final question is what are you most grateful for?
Yeah, right now it's health. I mean, my parents had me when they were older. My dad's in his late 70s. My mom's at early 70s, and they're both retired. They're traveling the world. They're healthy. They're active. My sister lives in Seattle. She's doing great stuff with nonprofits. Even my fiance's family, they had her dad had cancer a year ago, and he's in remission. And so right now at this very moment, everyone's healthy and doing well. And I feel like in life that's really all you can ask for. And I'm very grateful for it.
Beautiful. That was great, Nathan. So how do people kind of get started? They go to freeup.com. Is there any other places that they can go to connect and get started?
Yeah, so I have a Facebook group called Outsourcing Masters. You can come join it. We post a lot of great content to help you hire and scale, whether you're a pro in hiring freelancers or you're doing it for the first time. We got stuff in there for you. If you go to freeup.com with 3 E's, my calendar, my team's calendar is right at the top. Create a free account, mention this podcast, get a $25 credit to try us out. And me and my team are really there to support you along your journey.
All right, beautiful. Nathan, thank you so much. I really appreciate all the information you told us about your company and how business owners like myself can take advantage of this and kind of help with our outsourcing needs. Nathan, be well in the storm. Hope everything goes well for you and your fiance and your family, and look forward to connecting with you again soon.
Same. Really appreciate you having me on.
All right, thank you. Take care.
Thanks for joining us on this episode of the Wealth Through Real Estate Investing podcast. Don't forget to subscribe and leave us a review on iTunes or the listening platform of your choice. Also, please check us out at DwaineLClarke.com, as well as find us on Facebook for more useful content and resources.